What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK. Try to brother dr.blick, the darkest man who around us today, guys. I am here with Vengeful Wilbur. Say hi to the people, man.
Hey, what is good, guys? And it is an absolute honor and I can't talk today. Privilege today to be here with Dr. Blick to talk about that One Piece goodness. So, thanks again.
Yeah, no problem. It's always great to have you on the channel, and in today's video we are going to be talking about One Piece World Seeker and the stuff that it needs to do in order to be successful. Based on the stuff we've seen so far, the game is looking really promising. The open world aspect is looking good. The movement and everything's looking fluid. The game's looking nice and crisp, bruh. Freaking cheeks worthy up in this, bruh. It's looking nice. But there's still going to be some stuff that the game has to do in order for it to be received well, in order for people to like the game. So, Venge, what is the main components in your eyes that the game needs to do in order to be successful? The marketing seems like it's nailed down, but what is the main components in terms of the gameplay, in terms of what the game has to offer? I give it over to you now, bro.
Okay. Based on what I have seen, oh man, like, you know, the trailer from Jump Festa, it felt more like a teaser, which I believe it was. Some people even called it that, especially since we got less than 2 minutes of footage. I mean, we got some cutscene footage as well as some gameplay footage here and there. And but the biggest thing about it, which really struck me, is the fact that despite that fact, dude, we actually got more than enough information. And what I mean by that is we got enough to go on to the point where we can feel confident in what has been presented. And like this, it's like, I mean, from the move set that they did show, the amount of detail, how big the world is, even to the fact that there's going to be a variety of elements like Luffy's abilities in regards to movement and his devil fruit, as well as the incorporation of stealth. I thought that was really surprising at the end of that trailer because I didn't see that coming. So it looks like that is going to be quite versatile. So I feel as though in order for this game to do well, they just have to keep this intensity going, because they got a really good starting point based on what I've seen thus far.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Keep the intensity going, keep everything to do with the game flowing well. So make sure Luffy's moves in depth. Make sure we can have costumes. I would like to have different costumes of Luffy, because Luffy's had different outfits, different stuff that is worn throughout the series. So it'd be nice for them to implement that. And not only that, it would be nice for them to have a little bit of side quests, but not too many side quests. Not make it a must, make it optional. Kind of you said this off air before we started recording. You said that you reckon that they're gonna fill out the villages with people and all that stuff, but if they don't do that, because I know these developers have actually made open world games that are pretty empty, but by the look of things, this game looks like it's gonna be on a bigger scale than the previous games that they've made for One Piece. So make sure that the place feels like there's civilians out there, so it won't feel too empty, it won't feel too like dead. Because like when you get an open world game and it has villages and towns and places like that, and there's no one there, it just feels like a designated wasteland. It feels dead. So they can put people there, just have them doing random like stuff there, just make it more realistic, actually make it feel like you're a wanted pirate while you're being Luffy. So if they do all of that stuff, is good. Give us a skill tree, give us slow progression. Don't give us all the moves first, have that slow progression as the story goes on. Give us a difficulty. So if it's easy, it should be easy. If it's normal, then it should be a decent level of difficulty. It's not going to be too hard, it's not going to be too easy. It should be what normal is for the game. If it's hard, the game should be hard as shit, bro. The game should be hard, and it should be a struggle, and you kind of have to work your way in order to get past things. I don't want it to be one of those annoyingly hard games where it's unrealistic, but just have the difficulty decent, because when you have an offline game and the difficulty isn't good, it kind of downgrades the play value, because you're just breezing through things. you gotta have that sense of struggle. You gotta have that sense of yo, this is actually quite hard. Yo, this is actually quite challenging, because since the game's centered around offline, the difficulty is going to be a major factor, because you're not going to be playing online with your friends. You're not going to be roaming around with your friends or playing against your friends. This is going to be an offline solo game, so the offline content has to be good. The difficulty has to be good. The amount of moveset that you have to use, that you can use with Luffy, has to be good. Now all that stuff, we're going to get a Gucci One Piece game. It's pretty simple, you know what I mean, Veg? Like,
yeah,
the stuff that they have to do is actually really simple. But do you have anything else to add towards what I said?
Just to add on, kind of like chime into what you said in regards to the moveset, especially since this game is not centered on online. I almost feel like that's something that's going to be a given. Based on what you mentioned about, okay, they've done games before, this company has done One Piece games before, and the towns felt a little bit deserted. I think you already touched on that before when you said that I mentioned it off camera about the NPCs, or in other words, the civilians in this case. I feel as though the only reason why they were left out in the trailer is because they just wanted to kind of give you a idea of what to expect. So they really didn't like go in completely when it comes to that. They just wanted to show a little bit here and there. Especially since there's going to be multiple elements to this game, there's definitely going to be civilians in there. At least that's my assumption, but it depends on what they're after. Especially with the variety of elements that they have here, because I definitely know that, or guarantee that we're going to have Marines in specific spots. Especially since there's going to be stealth involved and they're going to follow a particular pattern. Because that's how a lot of stealth games kind of do. The pattern can be, for the most part, predictable. You observe them, then you go in for the kill, and sometimes it may be a little bit more randomized. So it all depends on what they're trying to get out of this. As far as the skill tree and the amount of skills, since this game is solely, it seems like it's solely going to be based on Luffy. Like, you're not going to be able to play other characters. So with that said, like I said, they have no choice but to make sure the moveset is extensive. And I feel like they're going to follow that to the T. I mean, especially since Luffy has the ability to use his devil fruit to interact with the environment, actually grab onto, you know, like sides of a wall, and like literally use his own momentum to project himself forward through the air. I feel very optimistic about what they're doing here. So I feel as though, as long as they follow the formula that like games in the past has done it, but in a One Piece style, I feel like this is going to work. I mean, especially when you look at games like, let's say, Arkham Knight or Metal Gear, and some in the stealth aspect. As long as they do it in a One Piece style, I feel like this game's gonna be nice.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. There's a lot of aspects that this game, based on what we see so far, is doing really well in, and if they continually do that, then we're gonna be Gucci, bro. It's gonna be fine. And I'm somewhat confident, but also gotta be calming down the hype a little bit, because the trailer was really good and it did show us a lot. And normally Bandai try and save their gameplay for a while and not let a lot of people see it until they're ready for people to see it. But based on the fact that they're confident enough to show us how the game's gonna be playing, shows the confidence that they have in terms of this game doing well. I know a lot of people are going to be worried about Luffy being the only playable character. Trust me, if he's in depth and it has a variety of moves and variety of things that he can do, it legit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Obviously, I would like to play as Zoro. Obviously, I'd like to play as Sanji and play as other characters other than Luffy. But it is what it is. If the game's good, then it's good. And they need to know the story mode, which I reckon is going to be done really well. And I reckon we're going to see a lot of quick time events and stuff like that. But as a whole, this actually looks like a really promising One Piece game. It seems like the stuff that we're asking is simple, but it's so easy to mess up the simple things. So as long as they get that stuff right, it's gonna be good. and we're gonna be fine regarding going forward with One Piece games as a whole. So Ben, you got anything else to add, or I can end this video?
Just one quick thing, and
Okay.
that is important when it comes to this game, especially since it is a story-based game. They definitely want to try to include enough to where this game is going to last for at least 10 hours. A little bit more would be perfect. I feel like if they nail that, this would be really nice, especially if they add a variety of side quests. Because I could see something like maybe like missions where it's more like time based, and you have to beat a particular time by using all of Luffy's mobility skills, you know, his ability to move, and using his devil fruit to reach hard to reach places in specific times. So I feel like if they just key in on those things, it's gonna be great.
I totally agree with that. Like, there's a lot of things, like I said, and like Ven just said, that they need to do, and some of the things that we're saying, they've probably already done it, we just haven't seen it yet. So going forward, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with this game. I'm excited to see how this game's gonna turn out, and I'm somewhat confident that they will succeed in the stuff that we want them to succeed in. All they need to do is just do these little things, bruh. The little things, bruh. It sounds easy, but these are the things that gets messed up really easily. But if they can do all of those stuff, because what me and Ven just suggesting or saying is not too much to us, it's basically basic stuff. If they can do that, then it's fine. And going forward, like you said, this game's gonna be good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All I gotta say. Is that it, Ben? You got anything else to add?
Yeah,
that's it.
That's primarily it. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so make sure you check out Venge's channel. Link to that will be in the description below. I highly recommend you guys check that out. And yeah, let me just wrap up this video. So please comment and subscribe. And no, I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And yeah, this UK Trotler Brother will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.
Peace.